history of architecture is very extensive and multifaceted, and there are many architectural monuments in the world. But the most unusual houses in the world are being created even now, and they can be just as amazing and surprising as the heritage of the past centuries. Mankind has been building all kinds of houses since about the New Stone Age, that is for 9,500 years. However, the appearance and functionality of the buildings have obviously changed significantly since then. With the development of civilization as a whole, the development of new materials, technologies, as well as under the influence of culture, people's houses changed to meet the requirements of each particular era. Instead of the usual utilitarian task of hiding from bad weather, predators, and having a place to sleep, the houses acquired additional functions and external aesthetics. Thus, the creation of houses gradually turned into architecture, the art of designing structures and the space around them to meet specific needs of people's lives and activities. And in today's video, I will tell you about the most unusual homes from around the world. Skateboarder's house. Passionate skateboarder and the founder of Etnie Shoe Company, Pierre-André Senezergues has dreamed of building a custom home in Malibu since 2003. To this end, he purchased a 100-acre plot of land in California. Unfortunately, local building codes prevented him from implementing his dream, but the restless skateboarder didn't despair. He hired designer Gil Lebron de la Pointe and architect François Perrin. The designer created a full-scale version of the house, which was called the Pass House, while the architect developed the technical project and gave it practical forms. All the walls in the house are curved in such a way that allows one to skateboard on them. In all other respects, the house is the same as any other residential building. It has a living room, a bedroom, a kitchen, a bathroom, and everything else. Transparent house. Houses with lots of windows or glass walls are becoming increasingly popular. However, while such projects are only being developed around the world, in the capital of Japan, an ordinary family is already living in a completely transparent house. The design of this house was developed by the famous Japanese architecture and design company Sui Fujimoto. It was commissioned by a young Japanese childless couple. The architects managed to fulfill the couple's requirements and created a unique house in which all the walls are made of glass, while all the rooms and even the stories are combined into one space. The transparent house is located in the modern part of Tokyo, on a small, busy side street. The area of the house is 85 square meters, and it consists of 21 sections. This house doesn't have the usual multi-story structure. Instead of different floors, the house consists of several platforms located at different heights. The platforms are interconnected by small ladders. This is a great solution for such a small area. In a traditional house, the stairs would have taken up most of the space. Family members may be in different parts of the house, but still be able to see and talk to each other. All elements are smoothly interconnected, as if flowing into one another. However, the Japanese couple aren't crazy enough to live like in a reality show, so the house does have opaque blinds that cover the outer walls at night. Nautilus House. Javier Senosayan was inspired to create his architectural masterpiece by the shell of the Nautilus cephalopod, the only member of its kind to have a spiral outer shell. People living in the Nautilus house can truly experience what it means to live in a shell. Sure, it's more of a shell from a fairy tale, where something unusual awaits them literally at every step. The building structure itself is made of reinforced concrete, the so-called fine-grained concrete with steel meshes. Thus, Javier drew an analogy with a mollusk itself, which, as you know, builds and strengthens its shell with its own mucus. Like mucus, reinforced cement is very flexible and can take any shape until it hardens. However, after it does harden, it's an incredibly durable material. The house has a lot of rounded corners, spiral staircases, multicolored stained glass windows, and green spaces that fit perfectly into their surroundings. Almost all the rooms seem to smoothly flow into one another. The hall leads to the home theater, and then the spiral staircase takes one into the office, where one can admire the view of the picturesque surroundings. Only the bedrooms, kitchen, and bathrooms are hidden from prying eyes. They are located at the back of the house. Houseboat. If you've been dreaming of living on a real floating house, this may be your chance. A private rental company offers short-term rentals of a house that floats on the River Thames in London. The floating house was designed and built by twin brothers Steve and Nick Tidball. They were faced with the task of creating a structure that would allow tourists to look at the capital of Great Britain from an unusual angle. The floating house allows the tourist to enjoy the magnificent views of London from the river, as well as to get acquainted with the architectural features of the houses in the city. This house was designed as a classic townhouse and includes 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and a living room. There is a small garden behind the house where wisterias bloom, and there's even a doghouse there. From the outside, it may seem like the house has 2 floors, but in fact it is a 1-story house. It was built using 6 steel containers that were lined with natural wood and mounted on a floating platform made of single pontoons. The floating house has all the amenities necessary for the comfortable stay of its guests. In particular, water from the shower comes from tanks hidden under the floor of the house, while sewer pipes run under the floor of the garden. A generator hidden in the roof provides the house with electricity. Sphere houses. The Dutch city of 's-Hertogenbosch has one unusual neighborhood, Bolvonegem. The fact is that all the houses there are round. The unusual shape of the buildings makes them look more like alien homes than ordinary houses. However, there are no aliens there, just regular humans. There are a total of 50 sphere houses in Bolvonegem. They were built as part of an experiment on affordable housing. These buildings are easy to dismantle and transport. The weight of one is only 1,240 kilograms, and each of them can be installed even on a stationary water platform. The project was designed by local architect Dries Krijkamp. Each house is set on a cylindrical base, made of cement and reinforced with fiberglass. These unusual houses have a diameter of 5.5 meters and 11 round windows. From the outside, the spheres actually look like some kind of small warehouses, but they're equally as unusual on the inside. There is a small bedroom and a bathroom in the very center of the building, and there's also a second floor where the kitchen and the living room are located. Globe House. Apparently, Arab Sheikh Hamad, a member of the UAE royal family, is a very ambitious person. He decided to implement his dream of world domination by building a mobile home that precisely copies the outlines of the globe. This unique building is designed to travel through the desert. The Globe House even got into the Guinness Book of Records. It is 12 meters high and 20 meters wide. Inside the 4-story globe-shaped home, there are 4 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms. Friends, that's all for today. Let us know in the comments which of these houses you like the most. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time.